Okay, recording a quick video here before I go through the greenhouse and start harvesting a bunch of shit because, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, I did. It's a habit. But I'll try to keep that under control. I had a whole bunch of orders come in on the website, and yes, I finally do have a website up for the greenhouse. If you look at the top image on my channel here, it says panhandleponics.com. That's the website. And it's only been up a little over a week, and I'm already getting orders because I advertised locally. So I thought I would do a quick run through of the greenhouse, because on my old channel there was some guy on there saying, oh, that thing's too damn small, you couldn't make any money off of that. Going, well, I certainly can't eat everything that grows in here, so it has to go somewhere. I'm not going to throw it away. Granted, I have two beagles, the two female ones, they love lettuce, and they've been getting their share of that off of one of these towers. But I'm going to give a quick walkthrough and explain what all's going on here. As you can see, these 3 NFT rails, this is my experimental area for testing plants to see if they grow well in aquaponics or not, and if they don't, they end up going in the wicking beds instead. But as you can see there, those were actually a test of some seeds. I wanted to see if they were too old to be planted, if they went bad, but no, they're still good. It's a type of red romaine. And then there's sage, and it doesn't seem to want to grow very fast. I'll give it some more time. Oregano, it doesn't seem to like aquaponics too much, or at least 2 of them don't. And those are some more romaine heads or seeds and then more romaine seeds that only 1 of them came up, so those must be bad. And those are thyme, and that seems to like aquaponics, so I may have to continue growing that there. But it's really going to be a toss-up for the oregano and sage. We'll see later. Let's see, I have a Persian lime tree. It has thorns on it. Hasn't started throwing any fruit yet, but it's definitely got thorns, and those things will get your attention real fast like. 2 of the wicking beds I use for strawberries, and yeah, as you can see, there's some good ones in there. Oh, hey, I'm keeping that one for myself right now. I don't sell these anyway. They're all for myself. Yep, that's a good strawberry. But there's 2 of them. Oh boy. My hillbilly neighbor's at it with the power tools again. And then the towers. Just growing lettuce in the front 2 rows right now, and that one's got some mini bok choy heads. Those are just an experiment, but the one next to it has something called Sherville. It looks like I don't know, carrot greens, but it tastes like black licorice or fennel. But yeah, the dogs, that's a type of lettuce I'm not going to grow. They call it a butterhead, but it's more of a leaf lettuce. I sold 1 entire tower of it to a local bar owner here a couple weeks ago. Oh, and those are red romaine heads. Give those about 2 more weeks and they'll be really big and they'll be done. And then that's a romaine that they call freckles because it's got the little spots all over it. And 2 different towers of different types of green mini or compact romaine. And then these 4 back here, those 2 in the back and the 2 in front of it. Like I said, these are my old towers, so I'm replacing them eventually, but the first run for the summer, I'm going to use them for growing basil. And I don't know if anybody has looked at the website yet, but you'll see on there that I sell a lot of plants that have the roots intact. So, well, in the case of lettuce, you can take your lettuce and put it in a bowl and let it sit on the counter, and it'll stay perfectly fine on the counter unrefrigerated for a couple weeks. No need to refrigerate it. As long as the roots are in water and you change the water like every day or every other day, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Oh my goodness, look at the color on that one. Ee, buddy. And then when it comes to other things like herbs, yes, they're also sold with the entire root system intact. You can do the same thing, make it keep on the counter longer, or you could actually plant it. And I'm not concerned with people planting them. I can't feed everybody in this county anyway. There's 30,000 people in this county. I certainly can't feed all of them, so it doesn't matter. And I'm also selling systems where people have 4 towers in a room at home on a wiring shelving rack, kind of like that down there. So yes, the guy that says, oh, you couldn't make any money off of this greenhouse. So yeah, I can. There's a number of ways. But I have bok choy and another one that's kind of like a red bok choy, but they call it Miss Hong. Both of them are really good. I used a whole bunch of this red stuff a couple weeks ago for making kimchi, believe it or not. My God, I got a lot out of just, I only used 2 heads. I got a whole boatload. It filled up about 2/3 of a 5-gallon bucket, and that was before I put it in jars. And then this back here is something they call it cutting celery. Now, unlike the celery that you get in a grocery store that has big thick stalks, this has little tiny thin stalks, but the flavor of this stuff is 10 times more powerful than anything you'll get in the store. It's better for cooking and making things like chicken salad, tuna salad, things like that. It's just a much more potent celery. It's not made for snacking, it's made for cooking. And then I got cilantro. I sold a whole bunch of that today. That's got to get clipped off. And those back there, those are parsley that are just starting to come up. I've got, boy, have I ever figured out how to grow kale. I mean, this is only 2 plants right here. I actually cut a bunch of them off, and they're coming back. So you really, it's hard to kill this stuff. And it's really good kale too. I know most people don't like kale. And then my Swiss chard in the back, it started to bolt, so I gotta cut those off and rip them out. But as you can see, I got new plants in front of them. That one started to bolt too. New plants in front of it. Let's see. You cut them off and they'll just keep coming back, but I kind of like cutting them off and removing the root mass, starting over with them. Generally, before I built these beds, I was doing it in the raft bed. I was using them to grow cucumbers in the summertime. So I got to clear out this area here, and I'm just going to grow the cucumbers in the media beds and let them crawl down and climb all over the place. But you would not believe how well cucumbers grow in aquaponics, because unlike when you're growing in the soil, the water and nutrients are only there when the gardener/farmer makes them available. In aquaponics, they're here all the time, and your cucumbers get absolutely fat and fast. As for the wicking beds, I got lots of beans in here. There's a stray red beet, but I have lots of beans. This is an Asian mustard green on the back. That was just a test. I wanted to try it to see if it works any better in soil, and it does. And I got snow peas out the wazoo. These are green ones here. I only have, let's see, what? I have 2 kohlrabi left. That is an oddball red head of lettuce. I didn't think it was going to live. The damn thing came back anyway. But yeah, I got snow peas all over the place. Down here, those are more snow peas, but those are actually purple. And in that bed as well, I have red beets and some leftover carrot seed that I threw in there. A bunch of red kohlrabi. That stuff is really good for making coleslaw, believe it or not. So it's kohl, K-O-H-L, slaw. Get it? Coleslaw. more Asian greens and some beans in there. But along the edges here, that green stuff there, that is red Malabar spinach, and it's going to climb up the trellis. But that's a red Asian green, or Asian mustard green. That's another one, and that stuff, boy, it's got a bite to it like wasabi. So it tastes like a mustard green, normal, but man, after you swallow it, it's got a bite to it that kicks in like wasabi. I got some radishes left over in here. Got to get these pulled out and start over. I rotate my crops out here, so I'll take these radishes out and replace them with kohlrabi, and then put radishes in the existing kohlrabi beds. Let's see, I got chives and rosemary like you would not believe, and then spring onions, and I don't sell the entire onion, I sell the tops. These are just starting to come up again from winter. I cut them off down at the soil line, and then they just keep coming back. And if you're doing Asian cooking anyway, most of them only use that part of the spring onion anyhow. They don't use the entire thing. They chop off the end and throw it away. So that's how I do that. Oh, and then there's green Malabar spinach along the back there. Here we got spearmint and more rosemary. Got to get this cleaned up. And then sage. That's a perennial as well. You plant it once, it'll just keep coming back forever. And then here I have little dwarf eggplant plants, I guess you would call it. But like I said, that website's only been up a week, and I advertised locally, and I really got overrun today with orders on it. And I don't deliver anything. I take the orders on the website, and they have the option of paying in cash in person when they come to pick stuff up, or I can send them a PayPal invoice and they can pay it with a credit card, with or without a PayPal account, doesn't matter. But just thought I would give a quick run through. This video is at about 12 and a half minutes, so I'm not going to go much longer in this. But anywho, that's it. Just thought I would give a quick run through and show people that, yeah, actually you can make money off of a greenhouse this size. Maybe you're not going to make enough to be your sole source of income, which is why I'm going to sell the systems where you have the 3D towers at home. Make money off the towers and make money off of the setup on those if somebody else, if they're not confident with their own skills to do it. So that's that. We're at the 13-minute mark. I'm cutting this off. We'll catch you around. Until next time, beep beep.